Good morning, welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's Sunday Yum today. So Sunday Yum, we stay on the floor for the whole class, and today is all about twisting deeply into our torsos, into our chest. Yesterday I was at a book launch. Patrick McKeown has just come out with a new book called Breathing for Yoga. Patrick McKeown is this amazing writer, scientist, I'm going to say, breath expert who does Buteyko and Oxygen Advantage. It was amazing book launch. It was really exciting to see somebody literally just across the bog from us. Like we looked at it last night. It's 4 kilometers as the crow flies from here. It was amazing. It was so exciting to see somebody doing something really innovative and amazing here on the bog. So Sunday Yum, we're going to lie on the floor, and I have no plan for a band today. It's just these deep twists for the chest, okay? So come lie on the floor. So landing in, feel the weight of your body on the floor. And just bring your arms wide and out to the sides. And then wiggle your shoulder blades a little bit so that you feel a little bit more contact. Imagine that you're like a bear in the woods and you just want to scratch the back of your shoulders on the floor, creating some space, lengthening your neck, wiggle your pelvis, your lower back, so that you have a sense of the weight of you and the contact to the floor. Nice. And then just let that rest. Pause. Nice. And then reach wide and out into your arms so that as you reach, you have this sense of pulling from the center of your body all the way out into your fingertips. And my hands are almost hovering, but that's not the intention. It isn't the lifting that's important, it's the reaching. And as I reach, there's a lightening of my arms. You just feel that. How do you reach from the center of your chest out into your fingertips? And even though from the outside it might not look like there's much going on, but from the inside I feel this lengthening, reaching, and then soften that and drop into the floor. And so we're going to do this really slowly, like a pulse. So reaching wide. Feel like you're growing your arms out of your chest. You're extending outwards, gliding along the floor as you reach. And then really slowly relax your arms and feel like they're like a little elastic bands or very big elastic bands that are receding and softening and resting. And then again, reach wide into your fingertips. Feel that deep sense of reach, 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 reach. Your arms are growing out of your chest. Your chest is widening. And then settling, deepening, softening your arms into the floor. Nice. So we're going to use this arm gesture, this arm movement throughout the class in different ways as we twist. Okay. So first off, the first twist we're going to do is our arms are going to be engaged. So reach your arms wide and leave your arms on and slowly rock your knees from side to side. You're reaching your arms wide, and as you reach your arms wide, there's no reciprocal movement into my shoulders from my knee movement. And so I'm just feeling the sense of slow, steady movement of my knees from side to side, but I'm staying reaching into my arms. Pause, let go of your arms, let them rest, let them land on the floor. Now, with your arms totally relaxed, rock your knees from side to side and feel how there is movement inherently in the opposite shoulder. If your knees drop right, your left shoulder slowly just glides a little bit forward. It is pulled, it responds, it is connected. Okay. Nice. So bring your feet wider. So your feet are as wide as your mat. You should feel the edges of your mat underneath your feet. And then drop both knees down towards the right. And just deepen your breath into your belly and see if you can soften into that inner right thigh and the deep of the outer left hip. Nice. And then without moving anything else, let your right leg wave up. So your right foot comes to stand. And then drop your right knee out to the side. And as you drop it out to the side, push your hips a little bit towards the right. And then let your right knee come to stand. And then drop it down. Push your hips towards the right. So just feel that there's a rocking backwards as your knee comes up, and then there's a rocking forward towards the right as your knee goes down. I'm leaning into the front of the left thigh as my knee goes down. I'm falling into the back of the pelvis as my knee comes up. Just feel and exaggerate that rocking of your pelvis. Pushing forward. And as your knee comes up, how would you deepen the sense of backwards, moving backwards towards the floor with your pelvis? Nice. Come back up to center with both knees. And then drop both knees down towards the left. Pausing there, softening into your inner thighs. Your feet are as wide as your mat, so your feet are really quite wide from each other. Softening into the inner left thigh, into the outer right hip. And then let your left foot come to stand. And as your left knee travels left, push your hips towards the left. Stand. Drop your knee. Push. Stand. Drop your knee. Push. One more time. Stand. Drop your knee. Push. Nice. Come back up to center. So my feet are staying mat distance apart, and I'm going to lift my hips up off the floor. So as I lift my hips up off the floor, my feet are really wide, and I have a sense of different angles of my bum, of my back being engaged than when my knees are straight forward. So this one always reminds me of folding kind of a pack box or something. So drop your right knee down in the direction of your left ankle. It's never going to get there. And my left bum touches really lightly. And then pop back up into, and then slowly drop your left knee down in the direction of your right ankle. My right bum touches lightly. And then pop back up to up. So make the movement wholesome. As you travel from side to side, you're gauging your wellness. the range of the movement you're creating on the sensations and the feedback from your body. Your body is telling you what it can do in wellness. Listen to the signals and the sensations. So when I travel down with my right knee, I feel like I could just keep going for ages. But when I travel down with the left knee, there's a pull on the inner thigh. So I'm making that movement smaller to really allow that I'm not forcing the pulling or that sense of the shortened side of my body. I'm just really allowing it to be in the shape that it is. No expectation that I'm going to force it or change it. I'm just going, oh, look at you. Oh, the cutesy. I'm just going to listen to you and adapt. One more time, each side, listening and adapting to movement, not forcing your body. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Stretch your legs long, reach your arms overhead so you're long in your body. Breath is in your belly. Nice. So interlock your fingers and your arms are straight up towards the ceiling. And then slowly, so your right hip will follow you, but bring your arms over towards the left. And so my right hip is followed, and I've compressed my left hip into the floor, and then I come all the way back to center. Do the same side again. You can keep your head on the floor. If I endeavor to keep my head on the floor, I always feel like I much prefer in this one lifting my head off the floor. But we're all really different. Try out both ways. One is where you keep your head on the floor, you stop when you want to stop at any stage in the range, moving slowly down with your arm and then coming back. One more time, slowly down with your arm and then coming back. Nice. We'll try the other side. Over towards the right. So now as you travel towards the right, your left hip lifts and your right hip compresses. Come back to center. Over towards the right. And I feel this sense of, as I travel, my left leg is pulled up. So I feel my left heel sliding along the floor. And then as I come back to center, my left leg lengthens and drops. So just feel that it following your torso. There is adaptation happening. It's really natural. We can't make shapes without us through the whole body. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Bend both knees, bring your feet to the floor. So reach your arms wide and then drop your knees down towards the letters. So your right knee is traveling up towards your left knee and then come back to center. Left knee is traveling up towards your right shoulder and come back to center. As you travel from one side to the other, really be wholesome in your sensations. What speed feels good for you? What range feels good for you? It could be really different left to right. Nice. Next time your leg travels over towards the right, tuck your pause there for a second. So your left knee is over towards your right, your arms are wide and on the floor. And now swing the left foot back towards the left, but it doesn't touch the floor. And then swing the left knee up towards the right. So I have this. So I have like the name that always comes to me, and even though I try and tidy it up and let it be something else, is like a chop. Like get your leg chop backwards. Yeah, I haven't found a better word than chop. And up. Let your leg chop backwards. If you have a different word for this, tell me what word you would use. Chop your leg backwards and draw forward. Swing your leg. Maybe swing. Oh, entertain me with your texts. love it. So draw your knee up and tuck your foot into the back of your knee, of your right knee. So my left foot is tucked into the back of my right knee. And then you have two options. One is either to pull your knee down with your fingertips or support the weight of your knee with your palm. And then that movement we did at the very beginning of the class, we're going to do it again. So if you're feeling achy in your lower back, then take all the weight out of your leg by bringing your elbow to the floor and creating a little shelf for your knee. Okay, so really support yourself, or pull deeper if you want to. And then reach into the left arm, and your arm is kind of floating, and the whole of your torso on the left and your shoulder on the left and your fingertips are traveling up and out to the left. My arm is kind of floating, but floating isn't important. Reaching is important. It is floating because I'm reaching rather than floating because I'm holding it up. The reaching creates the gesture. And for me, if I anchor my left knee, I suddenly feel like I can reach even deeper from the full of my belly, from my rib cage, from my diaphragm. I'm really sinking and lengthening, widening, opening. Reach more. And then drop your shoulder to the floor and just pause. Nice. Come back to center, both feet to the floor. Now to the other side. So drop your knees down towards the left. Up, swing, the chop swing, chop swing. Chop swing your right leg up towards your shoulder and then back towards the right. So I'm really staying in my glider to the side position, and the chop swing of my leg is literally just sliding forward and then stabilizing. And I feel this reachy moment where I'm like, how far can I go to the right? And then I'm like, oh, up towards the left. And so seek a little bit deeper towards the right. So feel how much work has to happen for you to travel with your right foot a little bit deeper towards the right. It's stabilizing, it's creating support, and it has this incredible feeling of range of motion increasing. One last time. Chop swing your foot as far to the right as you can. And then bring your right foot up into your left knee. Your hand, so you create a little shelf with your elbow, and your knee rests onto your hand, so you're taking the weight out of it. Or you pull a bit with your knee, with your fingers on your knee. And then reach really long and open into the right hand. Feel like you're at an angle. You can move your hand a little bit up or down towards your ear, towards your hips, and then you start to reach, and open. And my arm is kind of hovering, but reaching is the most important action. Breathing, reaching, opening. And I find if I connect the reach of my arm and the very gentle pull of my fingertips on my knee, suddenly it's like tick, 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 tick. I feel this connectivity into the deep of my belly. And I feel this really wonderful sense of being able to spiral from my core. Nice. Release. Come all the way back to center. Pull your knees up onto your chest. Hug them in. Pause. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Pause. Wiggle your toes, perhaps, or Move your feet, or it's fine. How do you connect? Arms are wide, legs are wherever they are. They can either stay up towards the ceiling, or you can bend your knees, or you can bring your feet to the floor if you wish. But I'm just going to pause with my legs up. So there is inherent movement. We're never really still, ever. There's always something moving, like the cell wall, the molecules, the atoms, the blood, the fluid of you, the everything, your nervous system. There is movement, but there's also swaying. If your legs are up towards the ceiling, imagine that your legs are like trees in Connemara, and the wind is gently swaying into your legs. Can you feel the movement of your legs as they gently wobble up towards the ceiling or sway up towards the ceiling? Nice. Bend your knees, bring your feet to stand. Drop your knees wide, bring the soles of your feet together. Pause. Yes, so I'm really the breathing for yoga. So I think maybe we might start doing stuff with it. We'll see. I shall see. I shall do some research and see how to incorporate. Yeah, because it's really interesting. I love when things are backed up by science, and I love that. Yeah, this sense of growing and learning these skills. So let's see where we go. And so breathing for yoga by Patrick McKeown. I think we're going to start deep diving into this. Very interesting. I was glancing through it this morning. It's cool. It's cool. So I'll see. Oh yeah, I'm going to see loads of you on the beach today. We have the pink swim today in Furbo, breast cancer awareness. So I'll see you at 9 with something pink on. So have a great day, and see you all tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.